What is going on, everyone? We're here talking about the top 10 features that I would like to see in Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker. Now, obviously, the game is still in beta, but these are just some ideas I thought I jotted down and I would like to see possibly get implemented to the game. So, before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, and it'll help me motivate to make more videos. So, here we go. Starting at number 10. Number 10, I would like to see a better way or more customizable way for chat system and to have a find a friend. In Dragon Ball Z Universe and Fighters and in the open beta, you had a select, a preset of selected things you could say. I would like for them to be able to elaborate more on that and be able to actually quality respond and, make it easier to find new people, make it easier to find old friends and that kind of good stuff right there. So on number 9, I know right now they haven't really elaborated into it that much, but there is, PvE in the game, or player versus environment, where a group of 4 people can go against the boss, try to beat it. And I like to see a large variety in player versus environment kind of stuff. Not everyone's gonna want to do PvP, and I will love to do PvP, but to get more people into the game, because there will be a true lack of story mode. So then therefore that way everyone can jump in and have the same experience and not feel the need that they have to go into just pure PvP modes and fighting, because that can be very disencouraging for people to do. So number 8, I would like to see the possibility of having different hub locations in both open beta and closed beta. We are in the new Konoha, which was great, but for those people who maybe are giant sand village lovers, or they love the Village of the Mist, give them a little variety. Maybe you have the mentors from the Village of the Sand and the Village of the Sand, and that's the way you get to there and you start learning from them. I think that would be definitely a nifty idea, something cool, and to give you a little bit more of a variety, because again, I'm pretty sure there was going to be no story mode, so the exploration of the game outside of the actual combat, may be limited. If Arc has anything to show for it, they really have expanded its universe with expansions, and I don't see why this one, or DLC, and I don't see why this game couldn't do the same. Number 7, I would like to see a large amount of mentors, both past and present. So, not only the Naruto to Boruto, or the Boruto type universe of Sasuke and Naruto that everyone's gonna want. Kakashi, naturally he's gonna be there. You're gonna have Sakura, who's gonna be there. Sai, they're all going to be the people who are present. I'd like to see him some past things, Third Hokage would be kind of cool, and not because of fighting style or the accessories, but, he had a couple cool, unique fire abilities. Asuma Sensei would be another great one. So the list can go on and on and on, and you can also make the universe or the mentor system larger, much like they have done in Xenoverse 2, by adding in future Gohan, quote-unquote future Gohan, stuff like that. So I think that would be pretty cool, and to learn abilities so you can have more customization and make your character stand out more than just, carbon clones. And granted, all this is still fresh off the open beta. Number 6, body types, both size and in weight. So you can definitely make your Choji clones, you can make your little Genin prodigies like Itachi when he was younger. You can make your, you can, if people want to do the whole role-playing kind of aspect of where they're a small height tuning, they just graduated from the academy, they just passed their Genin exams, maybe they just became a Jonin, but they're, not a full, a teenager or a full adult. Give a variety of that, and also a human boulder action with a little chubby ninja might also make it blend in a little bit better. Number 5, I think is something that we're all going to want, and that is a large variety of skills. Water type, fire type, earth type, lightning, More skills, the better. And if you look at another game that has a character in the same genre, like Xenoverse 2, they've definitely started adding a library of moves. Some of them aren't nearly as good as others. Naturally, you're going to have the same thing. In this game, you're going to have abilities that people tend to like to better or not. A lot of people didn't like the original Rasengan that was in the closed beta and open beta. I, for one, liked using it, and then the Rasen Shuriken was also, quite a deadly move. And then not only those kind of skills, when your master, big level, ultimate skill, whatever you want to call it, having a nice little variety of those would be nice, and making the Byakugan useful in its own right, and adding skills that will complement it, and adding skills, make yourself really an Uchiha if you really want to make yourself a carbon copy Uchiha, or make yourself a carbon copy Hyuga. So that's my number 5, and I think that would be really great to have. Number 4 would be a variety of maps and a variety of game modes. Right now all we've had is Capture the Flag, and we actually did have 2 different maps. We had Konoha and we had the Village of the Sand. And we have plenty of areas that we can explore, because the Naruto world is quite large with all its different villages and its different points of interest, or historical points that had happened. So any one of those could be a battlefield that they just mock up and give to us. And we have a Capture the Flag mode that works pretty great. There's definitely room for different type. Team Deathmatch would be one of them. Obviously we have our PvE that we hit on earlier, so there's tons of different ways, and then you can add them in to DLC. That way we get a little bit more, kind of like they did in other games, where we get a little bit more skills, a little bit more of this, and then nice little map or 2 to really make the game feel like it's progressing and giving us a variety. Number 3 I would like to see is a good amount of accessories, whether it's Anbu masks, different types of clothing, different types of weapons that you can hold on your back, and this is all in the lobby, and if they're still usable, that would be great too. But a bunch of types of accessories. Akatsuki clothing, just regular generic type clothing, whether just give it to us all. Let us have a ton of things so we can really make our character look unique, make the type of Shinobi you want to make, and really enjoy playing the game. And not only being able to buy it with in-game currency, but unlocking it so it gives you a reason to play, and challenges, so it makes you keeps you in the game and not just play for 10 minutes, you make that one Shinobi, or it's super limited and you're out. So that would be great to have. Number 2, we just kind of hit it on it, clothing, and customizable clothing, and a bunch of different variety would be nice, whether you can have, and I'm a big fan of generic clothing, clothing that's just kind of, okay, maybe you'd see in filler, maybe you see in the background no-name characters, but just a variety of generic clothing. That's great to have the Naruto clothing and the Sasuke and the village's flak jackets, and that's great. But to have something, a standard Uchiha shirt, much like what Sasuke would wear, or a standard Konoha village, their undershirt without a flak jacket, just things like that will be able to make you be able to set yourself apart from everyone else. Maybe they give you the ability to manually toggle and change the main part of the clothing like they did in Xenoverse. Maybe they don't, but a nice variety of clothing so I can feel unique, and I can know that, hey, not only I can look like myself, but not only like myself, but also giving other people the opportunity to, either they want to look like me or they want to look like them. Their own self, express themselves, and I think that would be great. I know this was a top 10, but we're gonna do one of the things I think that I would like to see added in as more of a honorable mention. It'd be kind of difficult to do and implement, I think, but a type of in-game group system, or a quote-unquote lack of a better term, a clan, where you can then have a pool of friends together and add people in, and people can leave and go in, and I can see why they'd be against it, and that's why I didn't really make the top 10 as much more of an honorable mention. But I also think it'd be kind of cool to be able to make your own little squad, make your own little pre-designated clan, where you can have a list of all your friends and be like, okay, so-and-so is on, we're gonna go do this, and we're gonna go have fun together, and also still be able to go play with new people and make new friends. And which gets me to number 1, which is probably the biggest one for me personally, which is hairstyle, which adds into everything else I've been talking about. Give me hairstyle, and give me it in bunches. The hairstyles that we had gotten in the open beta and the closed beta were good, and the variety of colors were good. And I guess with hairstyles, we have to also add in eyes. If you want to be able to make an edgy, that should be there. And if you want to be able to make a Hyuga member that maybe isn't Neji and doesn't have Kakashi's hair, you maybe have a generic type of hair that you can really make your own and make your character look great. I think that would really help the game go a long way. To me, the biggest knock in Xenoverse 2 is there's a fair amount of hair, but you could really add more. You could really be able to change. You have in Naruto, you have your long type, you have your pain type, which is very similar to Naruto. I mean, if you just look at Naruto himself, you have Naruto, you have Menma, which Menma's hair was a little bit different. You have the fourth Hokage, and you have Pain. They're all those are 4 different hairstyles that are all very similar, but all have its own minor tweak to make it unique. Another one with a minor tweak making it unique, which gives you a good example of what we're talking about, is Guy and Lee. You have Lee as an adolescent who has a very similar hairstyle to Guy, and then you have Lee in the Boruto movie, which is a little bit more shaggier, not as well kept, but still looks good. You have filler characters that that they usually don't spend a giant amount of time into with the hair, which also can be inspirational because it's a design. We can do that. You have Jiraiya, Asuma. Those hairstyles weren't in the game. You had your Shikamaru. There was no, if I remember correct, there was no Choji. There was no Shino style. I mean, the list goes on. The list just goes on and on and on about different hairstyles you can have, and whether another easy way to give us 2 different hairstyles, but only doing one model, is doing a B style of hair with a bandana on and one without, and that just gives you instant variety, of which there's a way to manually toggle, so you can have your ninja headband around your waist or around your arm like you see with Gaara and Lee, but so far they have not hinted at that, and that's okay with me. But give me a large variety of hair, a large variety of different ways to make the eye, really give the people the ability to do a Hyuga, and along with the eyes you have the proper accessories, the little eye patches that they have, so you can make a role-playing character that you stole a Byakugan, or you stole a Sharingan, stuff like that. So that is my top 10, y'all. If you like the video, you know what to do. Comment down below, tell me stuff that I missed, tell me your top 10. What would you like to see? Is there anything I missed? I didn't cover any of the female types. Let me know what you guys think about that, and make sure hope you guys hit that subscribe button on the way out. Thank you.